Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today is the most unconventional review of the Mercedes EQS SUV. Let's get into it. Behind the wheel of the EQS SUV, it's lovely. It is serene, it's quiet, there's no reciprocating motion in the engine because it's electric, so it just wafts. So right now we're in comfort mode and we've got some undulations in the pavement. It just soaks them all up. The air suspension in this is... it's phenomenal.
It's really good.
That, in any other car, those bumps, with like the drain covers, you would feel it.
Yeah,
you'd hear it.
Yeah.
And it would rock all the interior panels too.
Exactly.
But this car is just so solid over bumps, and the interior is freaking
really
ridiculous.
good. Yeah.
Everything you touch is soft and squishy in the best way possible. Nothing flexes, nothing bends, nothing creaks, and there are no rattles. If you do hear rattles, it's all of our camera gear in the back that's getting tossed.
You know, usually in some cars when you see something that looks like leather and you try to touch it, it's you
not
don't
leather.
feel it.
Yeah.
You can actually feel your finger sinking in to the fabric, which is just...
It's color combo, blue on the outside, blue upper dash, cream interior.
It looks good. At nighttime as well, of course.
Oh my god, the
ambient light.
We have pulled up at a red light beside someone, and we have 500 and a bit horsepower. I'm gonna let them get a head start.
Ooh.
It's
never gets old.
Not as rapid as your Model Y, obviously.
Yeah,
but this
Model Y
thing,
performance.
This thing weighs as much as a star, so I don't really expect it to move like that thing does. But for its weight, it's ridiculous.
It's really quick. Handles well as well, you know?
Yeah, shockingly. So there's this Mercedes. And we're pressed into the seats.
Oh my god.
That car in front of us probably thought they had more time than they actually had because it makes no noise, it's huge. Right now I'm in sport mode. I will go back into comfort mode because that's where this car is meant to be. It's a cruiser. This thing is probably an Autobahn burner. It's so quiet and so smooth at speed. Take it around this bend here.
How are you feeling?
It's flat. I mean, that's just the battery pack being way low down.
Yeah.
But it handles. It's a bit jello-y.
That's what I call it, the jello effect.
It is composed though. It doesn't feel sloppy. It feels soft, but it doesn't feel sloppy, which is the point. It feels controlled.
Yeah.
Which is good. The brake pedal. I'm in normal recuperation right now, so when I let off, it slows a little bit. I'm gonna pull the left paddle, which is sort of like downshift. And the brake pedal is never where you left it.
I still find myself have to be pressing the brakes. Unlike the Tesla, if I'm, it stops by itself. It comes to a full stop, it holds. I feel like I'll never use the brake on my Tesla.
No, because you don't.
Yeah.
This does not have full
one pedal driving.
Does not have full one pedal driving. But the way that the pedal does operate is that it's like it's braking for you, but it's using regen. So the pedal's never where you left it, essentially, is what I mean. You go from the gas or the throttle to the brake, and the brake sinks itself, like physically sinks in, and it's not where you left it. So it's
a learning curve, and I don't think it's a good one.
No. No. It's a brake pedal. The brake pedal is meant to be where you left it. The brake pedal is not.
You're not supposed to be fishing for your brake pedal.
No, of course not. It's a brake pedal. It's meant I don't know why they did that, and I just don't. It's a little bit unpredictable. So right here, the brake pedal is now depressing itself, and now I'm back on the gas and back up to speed, and then foot's on the brake, and now the brake pedal has moved down.
Yeah.
So
it's weird.
If you time it correctly, you can kind of figure out where the brake is and kind of get into rhythm with it. But you shouldn't have to do that. It's a brake pedal.
They're not turning back. Same thing with the design. I personally don't like the exterior design of this car.
It looks a bit like a blobfish.
Yeah. Me personally.
It's a little bit too soft.
Yeah.
Which I get. For drag coefficients, obviously it makes sense, but it's just a little bit too smooth.
Slopey, yeah. There's no aggressive lines. I don't know.
It doesn't even have a commanding presence. Like
exactly.
You've
it looks
seen the
like
last
any other
Maybachs.
Cars out there on the street,
We had that guy in the last clip give us the thumbs up after
we just
after we pulled. It did not seem like a sarcastic thumbs up, like a...
No, he was genuinely just
No,
like,
I think
wow.
he was genuinely surprised, which is... People aren't going to be angry if you out-accelerate them. They're just going to be shocked.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with themselves. The throttle tuning, excellent. It's so linear, I know exactly what's going to happen when I push down on the pedal. And because they've tapered it off, it's not just all acceleration as soon as you push the pedal down. It makes it so much easier to be gentle for passengers. This thing, it drives like it should.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no surprises.
It drives what it's made to do. It just has that little extra speed that, I don't know,
that most people might
enjoy, yeah.
It's got a hell of a lot of passing power, if that's what you want to call it. But green light, comfort mode.
I'm just being pulled back in my seat.
I do.
While I get my massage.
Yeah, while you're getting pushed into the massage. Yeah, this thing is ridiculous. Back seats. In the back seats of the EQS SUV.
Yeah, a lot of space back here.
So much space back here.
Both 6'3".
And we can adequately stretch our legs out. We're both sitting behind each other.
Yeah.
So different positions, obviously, but I have a lot more legroom because I tend to sit close to the wheels. So,
yeah, I'm in the passenger seat. I'm lounging.
You're lounging.
I'm chilling.
You're using the car as it was intended. I'm in a race car position, put it that way. You've got 2 screens here and 2 HDMI ports down here in case you don't want to stream from the front infotainment.
Yeah.
So theoretically,
you could hook up a PlayStation, your Nintendo Switch.
2 Type-Cs down here in the spot that looks like it's a cup holder. You've got your rear seat climate controls, which is really nice to have. This back seat is just lovely.
Yeah.
You've got the ambient light is obviously nuts back here. It's illuminating your feet. It doesn't end. It goes all across the door, all around this trim bit here, so it looks like it's floating. And you've got it in here. You've got it down here. There's so much going on. Floor's a little bit high, I'd say. I've got some like thigh gap here, but you can stretch out way under the seat in front of you, which is great.
Because it's EV as well?
Yeah, so the floor's a little bit higher because obviously you're sitting on a bunch of batteries. You're sitting on a skateboard, so the floor is a little bit raised. So,
but at least you don't get an annoying...
You don't get a transmission tunnel, which is great. So if you do have a middle seat person, they're not like spreading their legs weirdly to try to, compensate for that. And then the cup holder situation back here, one on this side, one on that side. They're the big door bin ones. It's kind of grim. You can bring this bad boy down, where you've got an entire tablet that comes out.
That's cool.
So you can just grab your tablet from 6 years ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screens. Absolutely ridiculous. Right here you have a wonderful wireless charger. Fits the 14 Pro Max just lovely. And then if you kind of light tap it again, you do get 2 more cup holders that...
Looks pretty sturdy.
Shockingly sturdy for German cup holders.
Yeah.
German cup holders are notorious for being overcomplicated, and these seats are actually also powered, so this entire 60 section of the seat, I guess, does recline to a more comfortable position. This is as far as it reclines, and this is likely where I'd keep it. But if I wanted to sit bolt upright and have back cramps, I could do this.
It's all about the luxury and comfort.
It happens to go fast, but it's not made to go fast, which I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's got 580 horsepower.
Let me push it.
No.
You're driving on a road, you hardly hear your own tires.
Oh, yeah, it's got the double pane glass, too, so that's
where the German, engineering, manufacturing comes into play.
It's the German
The
touch.
quality is crazy.
Panoramic moonroof, sunroof. First bit opens, but only... Just to there. Yeah. It's probably only opens 10 inches, even though it's the whole
The
roof,
way it opens is cool, though. Just by swiping.
That's another thing I like physical controls in my cars.
I think it's pretty cool, man.
It's cool, but to live with it...
Watch him struggle.
Yeah. I'm not trying to ham that up on purpose. I'm not trying to make the car look bad by doing things like that. I find
it is finicky.
You have to be deliberate.
It's like a hit or miss. It's not an actual button where you're dragging the button. You're swiping and you're hoping that it hits the right spot.
There's just a lot going on with this car. There's just multiple ways to use every interface. and it's confusing. You've got a BlackBerry thing down here that...
Oh, that's just fingerprints.
Okay, no.
I thought it was a trackpad at first, too.
But
so
like, you swipe for volume controls, you swipe on the steering wheel.
I don't think you swipe.
Or you press.
Yeah.
It looks like you should be swiping.
Yeah, it looks like you're supposed to be swiping. I tried it, but no. These are like all haptic feedback buttons. I like this. It's almost like the Ferraris. You have your cockpit for the...
Yeah, because you can put like the driving display on there. Yes. So if we were to hustle it around a corner, you'd be able to see exactly how illegal I'm driving.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, Mark, calm down.
It weighs 3 tons.
Yeah.
The screen is high resolution.
Yeah.
And it's vibrant, and it looks fantastic.
And also, like, storage-wise, you have this removable bottle holder. You have a lot of bottle holder space in the side.
The weird removable cup holder. Do you just squeeze this?
Yeah, you just squeeze it.
And then you can just take the cup holder. Why? I don't know. But you can take this really kind of convoluted cup holder setup out of the car.
You don't get massage in the back seats, which is kind of a bummer.
Jump cut to several weeks after the initial review was filmed, and I've had some time to digest my thoughts of the car. And I gotta say, from the outside working to the inside, the outside, there's really nothing all that special about it. It's an SUV that looks like a Mercedes that's maybe had a little bit too much to eat, maybe got a little carried away at the all-you-can-eat. It looks a little bit soft. There's no real defining characteristics about it other than it's smooth. And I get that they have to make it smooth for efficiency purposes, you know, with drag being one of the biggest factors for EV range. I get that it has to look the way that it does, but that doesn't mean that it looks good. Now, the interior is a different story. The interior I fell in love with. It's gorgeous, and if I had to choose between this and the BMW iX, I would have this every day of the week. The interior is beautiful, although it is overwhelming, and the seats are perforated and quilted, and everything feels expensive. You've got knurled metal finishes on everything. It feels incredible. It feels well worth the price, and it's a phenomenal luxury SUV is what it is. It's silent on the road. It handles as well as it should for a vehicle that weighs as much as it does.
I'm going through Cliche Corner, and dude, this handles, honestly, this is amazing. This is better than that EQS SUV.
This is actually really good.
I am ripping H-Track.
But with that said, and with all the quality stuff in mind, because the quality is impeccable and flawless, there is just a lot going on at any given moment, and I feel as though it's distracting, and it was very distracting for me. I never felt like my attention was solely focused on the road. There's a lot of peripheral distractions in the car, whether it be your passenger doing stuff on their section of the hyperscreen, sending you different things like navigation or playing with the volume of the music, or whether it be pushing up and down on the climate controls to see the lights shoot across the dash. There's just a lot happening, and it makes me feel like I kind of want horse blinders to just be able to focus on the road and what's in front of me, because there's just always so much happening around you. And the way that you interface with the UI through the touchscreen is very intuitive, but there's so many other redundant controls that can make it a little bit confusing. Like, you've got the steering wheel controls for your main display, you've got the steering wheel controls on the left side for your driver display, you've got the stuff in the center to control the main display. You can touch the main display, and then you've got your passenger doing stuff on their section of the hyperscreen that's being synced to the main display and your driver display. So if you're confused, so am I, because it's just a lot when you're driving and trying to focus on the road, especially in downtown Toronto where traffic is hectic. I suppose if you spend more than 3 or 4 days with the vehicle, you can kind of set up your different driver profiles and you can kind of figure it out while you're stationary. With that said, it is a bit of a challenge if you're just getting into it or maybe just not the best with technology. Anyways, that is my review and my 2 cents on the Mercedes EQS SUV. Gorgeous SUV, and I'd probably lease it. I don't know if I'd buy it outright, but it is absolutely stunning, and it feels worth the price in every measure, whether it's the driving experience or the interior. It feels like it's worth the price, and I'd be happy to recommend it. So with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed my first and hopefully not last car review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Remember, we was broke, remember, Lord forgive me, let nobody test me, I can't hold my temper, I've been cold as shoulders, frozen over, know my soul December, open up that window, I've been smoking gas pedal to that fucking metal. Remember, we was broke, remember, Lord forgive me, let nobody test me, I can't hold my temper, Remember, we was broke, remember, used to track the rental, open up the magazine, my bitch is center, Remember
Let's be honest now. You stepped on the gas really hard in reverse, didn't you?
Yeah, by accident.
Today we are doing the world's most unconventional car review with the, oh my god, what fucking car is it?